person who could do that, and that is me, Jacob Valk. I am back from another trip to outer Mongolia. This time, I was helping the Yankees look for a manager. They found one in Aaron Boone. He was not my first choice. But you roll with the punches. Sitting across from me, Brandon Johnson, Dominic Arbolino, and Eric Fischetti. Guys, do you want some Cathay Pacific frequent flyer miles? Oh my goodness!
That's a big word right there.
I'm going to the Bahamas in January, so maybe that'll help.
I don't know if they fly there.
I will be spending my time here at Nassau taking winter classes.
You're taking winter courses?
Yeah, man.
Oh, gotta get out when you want to get out.
It's the day right after Christmas.
Oh,
yep,
it's just like they give you no break at all whatsoever.
That's awful. I'm sorry, man.
That stinks.
Hey, whatever.
Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. And I'm sure you guys forgot this since I haven't been here in a while. I'm a Brooklyn Net fan, and it is very rare that you can be this happy as a Net fan. But I am, considering that the Nets traded for Jahlil Okafor. Oh, my God. Guys, I was bouncing off the walls.
The Sixers?
I was thinking about you.
The Sixers are so stupid.
To Sean Marks, this goes out to you, buddy. Oh, it feels good to be able to do that again.
Yeah.
Give out the applause sound effect. This is such a great trade. I'm looking forward to seeing D'Angelo Russell and Jahlil Okafor pick and rolls for the next 5 years or so.
Do you think this is an equivalent trade in terms of, like, you know, the Nets are, of course, the Nets are getting somebody good, but how's he going to fit for the 76ers?
How's Booker going to fit for the Sixers? He's going to give them an energy guy. Listen, Trevor Booker is a really good player. He reminds me of Gerald Wallace in the sense that he does everything right, and it really doesn't show on the stat sheet. Trevor Booker is a good defender. He's a good rebounder. The Nets are going to miss his interior presence, but you know what? Jahlil Okafor, man, he can grow into his body. He's only 21 years old. The Nets have...
I forgot about that.
The Nets have the second and third overall picks in 2015 in D'Angelo Russell and Jahlil Okafor.
And you're not getting 1 or 4.
No, we're not getting Karl Anthony Towns or Kristaps Porzingis. But you know what? I'll take it.
I remember when there was a time where, as a Knicks fan, I wanted Okafor so bad, and I was actually upset when they got Porzingis at first, but can't be upset
Me too.
now.
I didn't believe
Everyone
in him.
was. But we do have a caller on the line. Caller, you're on Beyond the Game.
Yes, this is John from Freeport. I'm a big Nets fan, and D'Angelo Russell's a little baby for that. I mean, that's why they threw him out of Lakers camp, because he's not a good teammate. He's a real creep, and I like the chemistry that they have without him. And the same goes for the 3 centers that we have right now. The last thing we needed was a center. I mean, we could use help at pointing guard, but we didn't pointing guard. We didn't get any help at point guard. What we got was another malcontent, and I'm worried what's going to happen when D'Angelo Russell comes up.
Well, listen, you have every right to be concerned with D'Angelo Russell's maturity. He was horrible in Los Angeles in the locker room. We all know that. But Kenny Atkinson is a damn good coach, and he's gotten him in line. I don't know how many net games you've seen, but D'Angelo's been on the sideline, cheering his team on, in a suit. He's doing everything right. And in reality, John, he's only a year older than me. He's allowed to make mistakes. I mean, he's still a young kid. This is his first year being able to drink. So you got to give the guy...
Good point.
You got to give the guy a break. He's going to make mistakes.
That's not the year that I want him.
No, I hear you. But listen, the other point you made about the Nets not needing another center, you're 100% right. The Nets need perimeter defense more than anything. If the Nets got a couple perimeter defenders, they'd be a playoff team with the offense they have. There's no question about that. But
they're looking great. They have the 3 centers are amazing. The 2 power, they're more small forwards. They don't really have any power forwards so much. They're either that or they're all power forwards, really.
No, you're right. I love Jared Allen. I'm really impressed with him. It'll be interesting to see how he works with Okafor. If they play him together, they might not. Damari Carroll might get some more time at the 4 now. I hate RHJ at the 4. I don't know if you saw the game yesterday, but late in the game, they put RHJ at the 5. That was horrible. And I like Karis LeVert as a ball handler, but Kenny Atkinson needs to stop playing these guys out of position. It's hurting the team immensely.
Well, I mean, they flourished during that period, but you know, I guess they staged a little bit of a comeback. But he went small, and yeah, you can't play LeVert at, what'd you say, at 4? He's 6'4",
No,
7 at
RHJ,
best, right?
RHJ was at the 5, and LeVert was at the 1 guarding Russell Westbrook. And doing a good job, but you can't have LeVert as your primary ball handler. I understand your 2 best players are out. Your 2 best ball handlers are out, but you can't have Karis LeVert being the ball handler late.
You're saying 5 when you mean 1. I thought that's the 1. 5's the center, eh?
5 is the center, yeah. 1's the point guard.
So they played LeVert at point guard. They were out of point guards for some reason. I mean, Dinwiddie got in foul trouble early, and then LeVert took over, right? It was LeVert he did well against the Thunder when we played him last year, and I'm expecting they're going to do pretty good against the Heat tomorrow. But yes, I'm worried about. We have such a perfect team right now, and Booker fit in great, and now we're going to throw in another. We don't have room for Mozgov right now. We're going to try and mix in another center, and we're really short a point guard as we showed last night. So. I'm digging the show. I'm worried about D'Angelo Russell messing us up. And this new guy doesn't sound like a charmer either, though. I do remember wanting Okafor a couple of years ago. I think he was...
I did too. Yeah. I'm really high on Jahlil Okafor. I liked him coming out of Duke. You have every right to be concerned with his maturity, but at the end of the day, he's 21 years old. Kenny Atkinson's a really good coach. I think he'll be able to get these guys' heads on straight.
All right, appreciate the phone call. Great show. Talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, John has every right to be concerned. This does give the Nets some interesting chemistry issues, and it is fair to wonder if D'Angelo Russell and Jahlil Okafor are going to kill each other.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, a change of scenery, I think, was really what D'Angelo needed. I mean, in L.A. was just a joke. I mean, you're in the bright lights, it's showtime. Kobe just retired when he came into the... I mean, he was still playing with Kobe, but after that, Kobe was his last year. But he did have a lot of problems, but I like the way the Brooklyn Nets are playing together as a team. You know, you got the young guys, Karis LeVert, and all those guys playing
I
well.
love LeVert.
Yeah,
I bought a Karis LeVert t-shirt recently.
I think one of the biggest things you have to look at when you look at this trade is pretty much what the Nets gave up in order, like in terms of what they got. You know, they definitely have a brighter, I think, upside in terms of the future for the Brooklyn Nets. Because, if Okafor does work out, you have your big man. And then again, obviously, I'm not too, I'm not really like a Nets fan at all, or, I just support New York teams. But looking at it, I think that...
You're an honorary Net fan,
yes,
Dominic.
I think this could work out in terms of with Russell.
It's also, you have to put it into consideration that the Nets also got a pick, which every team can obviously use, and it's a second-round pick.
They got the Knicks' second-round pick.
And chances are it could be a low pick. It could be a mid-range pick. Who knows? But depending on how the Knicks do this year, I believe, because it's a 2018 or 2019?
2019.
It's a 2019, so it's depending on how they do next year.
We all know that the Nets don't have their first-round pick until next year. The Nets don't have their own second-round pick until 2021, and no one remembers that. But we do have a caller on the line. Loving the callers to start the show early. Caller, you're on Beyond the Game.
Hey, it's TJ from NJ.
Hey, TJ, how's it going, buddy?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing good. What's on your mind?
Going to take you back to the World Series for a minute. I have a question about this World Series that just passed.
Sure.
What are your thoughts about Yuli Gurriel not getting suspended for the entire World Series after he made the racial slur against Yu Darvish? Because if he was out, that definitely would have changed the whole outlook and probably the outcome of the World Series.
At the end of the day, unless someone commits bloody murder, you can't suspend someone for the World Series. I understand your point. Yuli Gurriel making the slanted eye gesture. I was trying to think of the politically correct way to say it. It was horrible. It was abhorrent. It made me sick to my stomach. And honestly, I was surprised that no one threw at Gurriel. And that was a classy gesture. Game 7, Gurriel tipped his hat to Darvish. Mm-hmm. He messed up, but he definitely should have been suspended. I don't think for the World Series, though. At the end of the day, no one wants to see the 26 best guys on the Houston Astros. They want to see the 25 best. And... a 5-game suspension to start the season for a first-time offender for something relatively minor. It's not like he committed bloody murder. I think it was fair.
Okay, that's a fair point then. Actually, even though I'm a Dodgers fan, I do agree with you.
Okay, very good.
All right, welcome back.
Thank you. It's nice to be back from outer Mongolia. Let me tell you, they have some interesting food over there.
My goodness.
I mean, I had a lot of... stomach issues.
Oh, no.
At least it wasn't Kazakhstan. I'll tell you. Kazakhstan,
wow, you've been everywhere.
No, I've never been to Kazakhstan, but they actually serve there, and this is true, they serve horse rectum in Kazakhstan.
Wow.
God.
That's an interesting dish.
On my list now to try. No?
Yeah, you would do that. No, I'm playing.
Did Gordon Ramsay think it was undercooked?
Would you try
the
it?
hell is
No,
this?
no,
No,
I
I
wouldn't
would
either.
not. I'd be too grossed out.
I wouldn't
Drop
either.
it.
No,
Oh, my
definitely
God.
not.
Hey, don't even get me with that, man. I can't even imagine that right
What's
now.
the craziest thing you guys have eaten? Mine is rattlesnake.
I can't.
I mean, people might think this is crazy, but gator nuggets, I've eaten that.
You've eaten alligator?
Alligator.
Yeah, I've had
I don't think
alligator.
that's crazy.
I've had octopus.
Yeah,
No, that's
octopus.
fried
only
calamari. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
but
bad.
it's not really like crazy because it's kind of frequent. I guess people can have it. I guess is the right
Tastes
word
like
to say.
regular fish.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that I've had that was relatively crazy.
We have a third caller on the line. This is awesome. I love the callers. This is my favorite part of the show, interacting with the callers. This is what I missed most. Caller, you're on Beyond the Game. How are you today?
How you doing? Richie from Show.
Richie, my
Hey,
man.
Richie, how are you, buddy?
Listen, KP's got to get stronger, man. Otherwise, the season's going to be over.
Hey, look.
He's got to put some more weight on him, or we're going to be done.
Hey, you know what, Richie? That's great that you mentioned that because I'm looking at KP myself, and he does look pretty frail out there.
Right.
But in terms,
doesn't
yeah, he does. But in terms of scoring a ball, I think he's doing good at that. And plus, he's blocking shots down low. I mean, sometimes he's having 4 or 5 blocks a game. I mean, I don't think that's his problem right there. But what are you really seeing?
They got a very tough schedule come up in January.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
And another thing too is Bernard King brought a very good point the other day. He says if KP drives to the basket, they can hit him hard.
You know what
hard.
You know what the scary thing about the Knicks this season is?
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway is their second best player. He's out. It's going to be
out,
really
yeah.
interesting to see how the Knicks are able to do without him.
Can I just say how much I really, really like Enes Kanter, though?
You like Cantor?
I like Kanter now. I didn't buy into him right away, but as of right now, Kanter's the heart and soul of the Knicks right now.
You had to love how he stuck up for his teammate to LeBron.
Oh my God, that was
That was
huge.
great, yeah.
That was great. That was a
game
really
was amazing.
That
He
was a really classy move on Cantor's part.
He was
Can
only
we trade Noah to the Nets?
But we're looking for a trade for him.
You want Mozgov? I'll give you Mozgov. I don't know if I
take
want
Mozgov.
Noah. Oh, hello, Richie. Your phone cut out there. All right, no big deal.
Well, that's all right.
Hey, listen. You're listening to Beyond the Game on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Jacob Valk. Sitting across from me, Brandon Johnson, Dominic Arbolino, and Eric Fischetti. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. In a few minutes, we'll be doing an interview with Robert Allen, the author of 100 Things Oklahoma State Fans Should Know and Do Before They Die. Right after that, we'll be giving away some Long Island Nets tickets to their game on Monday. It's a 4-pack of tickets. You're going to want to call in for that right after the interview. But let's get to baseball. According to Bob Nightingale of USA Today, the Yankees will sign Brian Cashman to a 5-year extension worth $25 million. Eric, what are your thoughts on the deal?
Honestly, I think he deserves it. I know that Brian Cashman takes a lot of gambles, especially as of recently with hiring Aaron Boone as manager, which is a gamble in itself. But considering how successful the Yankees have been in his tenure since 1998, he oversaw 4 World Series titles as general manager. And honestly,
I was there for the one in 96.
And honestly, well, yeah, he was there for the 196, but he wasn't the general manager.
He was not responsible for it, but he was there for
Right.
it. That was just the point I was making.
Right, I understand. But considering how great the farm system is now, it's probably one of the top farm systems in baseball now.
I would agree with that.
And
even
you know
with all the graduations.
Yeah, of course. And especially the Yankees have room to, maneuver to make trades and all that stuff because of how deep the farm system is, and that's all thanks to Cashman. Although he does take a lot of gambles, but I really do think that Cashman deserves it.
See, here's my thing. I think 5 years is too much. I understand that Brian Cashman's a future Hall of Famer, and he's been around for 5 World Series. That's all well and good. But if Aaron Boone doesn't work out, that's on Cashman. Because he went after none of the experienced managers. It was such an out-of-the-box hire. It was so far...
It was un-Yankee-like is what you're saying.
It was extremely un-Yankee-like. It was completely ridiculous. I hated the hire. It's nothing against Boone. I like Boone. I have nothing against the guy. I'm just really concerned how it's going to work out. And I think to give him 5 years, it's way too risky having done a gamble like Aaron Boone.
I have to bring this up also. So obviously, the Yankees, obviously that's the main topic. We're just finishing up talking about Cashman. But do we think the Yankees are going to try and target Giancarlo Stanton at all?
There are reports saying that they will. I wouldn't. I think the Yankees need to get under the luxury tax, and why would you add that contract?
I don't think there's anything wrong with inquiring about Stan, but it highly depends on what Miami wants. Mm-hmm. And depending, I would say if if the Yankees want to trade for Stan, it all starts with Clint Frazier and then Estevan Florial, who are two very good outfield prospects to begin with. But then you're probably going to have to give up guys like Chance Adams, maybe Justice Sheffield. Gleyber Torres' name is going to be thrown around a lot. And honestly, it's a luxury to think about Stan in the Bronx along with Judge and Sanchez. But honestly, I don't think it's worth it. The contract is too big and there's no room.
Yeah.